What if I told you that in 2006, India came dangerously close to handing over the world's highest battlefield to Pakistan through a secret deal? Not through military defeat, but through diplomacy that bypassed the very army that had been defending it for 22 years. This is the story of how 890 soldiers' sacrifice nearly became meaningless with the stroke of a pen. Think of Siachen as the ultimate watchtower overlooking three nuclear powers. This 76-kilometer glacier isn't just frozen wasteland, it's India's eyes and ears on both Pakistan and China's movements in the region. In 2006, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's government secretly negotiated what seemed like a reasonable peace proposal with Pakistan. Both countries would withdraw troops from their current positions, establish joint monitoring, and authenticate positions through maps and satellite imagery. But here's the critical detail most people missed. This wasn't the first attempt. Similar deals were tried in 1989 under Rajiv Gandhi and 1992 under P.V. Narasimha Rao. Each time, Pakistan refused to authenticate their actual positions on maps, suggesting they wanted diplomatic gains they couldn't achieve militarily. Former Foreign Secretary Sham Saran later revealed that by 2006, the deal had gained bureaucratic consensus and was being personally pushed by Manmohan Singh himself. The agreement was so advanced that it included detailed annexures with the same legal validity as the main treaty. Here's where the story becomes truly concerning. Army Chief General J.J. Singh revealed he was kept completely in the dark during these negotiations. Think about this. The person responsible for implementing any troop withdrawal wasn't consulted about withdrawing his own troops. This represents a fundamental breakdown in how democracies should make security decisions. When NSA M.K. Narayan finally brought military leadership into the discussions, General Singh initially supported the draft but quickly changed his position once he understood the full implications. J.J. Singh later called the proposal an insult to the sacrifice of nearly 890 soldiers and warned it would hand Pakistan a psychological victory they never earned through combat. His blunt assessment: if this is their idea of peace, it is delusional. NSA Narayanan's objection revealed the deeper strategic miscalculation. This wasn't just about India-Pakistan relations, it was about the emerging China factor as well. Siachen provides crucial intelligence on Chinese activity in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Now, Narayanan understood what the deal's proponents missed: Pakistan's historical unreliability in honoring agreements, especially regarding Kashmir. From the Shimla Agreement violations to the Kargil intrusion, Pakistan's track record suggested this withdrawal would likely be permanent for India but potentially temporary for Pakistan. The NSA also warned about domestic implications. How do you explain to military families that their loved ones' sacrifices were being negotiated away? The potential demoralization within the armed forces could have long-term consequences for India's defense preparedness. This episode teaches us three crucial lessons that remain relevant today. First, institutional coordination in security matters isn't just procedural courtesy, it's strategic necessity. The military's exclusion from these negotiations could have led to a strategic disaster. Second, historical memory matters in diplomacy. The same authentication issues that derailed talks in 1989 and 1992 remained unresolved in 2006, suggesting either poor institutional memory or willful ignorance of past failures. Third, sometimes the expensive status quo is preferable to cheap peace that compromises long-term security. The human and financial costs of maintaining Siachen are enormous, but the strategic costs of losing it could be far greater. Today, as India faces even more complex strategic challenges, the soldiers who continue serving in Siachen's brutal condition do so knowing their presence isn't just about holding territory. It's about maintaining India's strategic autonomy in an increasingly dangerous neighborhood. The 2006 near miss reminds us that in geopolitics, good intentions without strategic wisdom can lead to irreversible mistakes.